I understand, the conditions, it might be on its last leg, but it still has a leg. And so, I would ask for people to reconsider on this. Thank you.
Any further discussion on item number 6? Seeing none, clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Reich.
Aye.
Bender.
Aye.
Glidden.
Aye.
Yang.
No.
Johnson.
Aye.
Warsami.
Aye.
Goodman.
Aye.
Fry.
Aye.
Palmisano.
Aye.
Gordon.
Aye.
Kano.
Aye.
President Johnson.
Aye.
There are 11 ayes and 1 nay.
That item is adopted. Next, we have the introduction and referral calendar. Excuse me. And the first is an introduction pursuant to notice by Councilmember Glidden to introduce the subject matter of an ordinance amending the code relating to air pollution and environmental protection for first reading and referral to Health, Environment, and Community Engagement Committee, clarifying the standards of acceptable energy data and stating the schedule of public disclosure of the received data. Any discussion then on that introduction? Seeing none, all in approval say aye. Aye. Opposed? That carries. And next we have a perchlorethylene dry cleaning resolution ordinance. This is a motion by Councilmember Andrew Johnson pursuant to notice to introduce the subject matter of an ordinance amending the code relating to licenses and business regulations, laundries, and dry cleaning establishments for first reading and referral to the Health, Environment, Community Engagement Committee, prohibiting the use of certain solvents and amending enforcement provisions. Any discussion on that introduction? Seeing none, all in approval say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries. Next, we have, pursuant to notice, Councilmember Bender is moving to introduce the subject matter of an ordinance amending the code relating to the zoning code for first reading and referral to the Zoning and Planning Committee, amending regulations related to inclusionary housing. Any discussion on that introduction? Seeing none, all in approval say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries. Next, we have resolutions, and we have 3 resolutions. We have the first is the MS Awareness Week Honorary Resolution, recognizing the National Multiple Sclerosis Society's Awareness Week in Minneapolis. Any discussion on that resolution? Seeing none, all in approval say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries. Next, we have a resolution honoring the 2015 Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Essay Contest winners. Any discussion on that resolution? Seeing none, all in approval say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries. And next we have a resolution, amending the Standing Committee Membership Resolution, and it is basically a swap. Councilmember Warsami is going to move from the Public Safety Committee to the Intergovernmental Relations Committee, and Councilmember Quincy will replace him on the Public Safety Committee. Any discussion on that resolution? Seeing none, all in approval say aye. Aye. Opposed? That carries. Next, we have new business, and the first is a notice of intent from Councilmember Goodman to introduce at the next regular meeting of the City Council the matter of an ordinance amending the code relating to the housing appeals, amending the membership and processes of the Housing Board of Appeals. That notice is given. Councilmember, next is a marijuana decriminalization ordinance. Councilmember Fry and Councilmember Andrew Johnson give notice of intent to introduce at the next regular meeting of the City Council the subject matter of an ordinance amending the code relating to health and sanitation drugs, removing marijuana from the list of prohibited drugs. That notice is given. Next, we have a motion by Councilmember Gordon to return to author the subject matter of an ordinance amending the code relating to the Housing Maintenance Code, adding provisions for the licensure and regulation of emergency shelters. And Councilmember Gordon sent an email to all of us explaining the need for that action yesterday. Any discussion then on that motion? Oh, I'm sorry, there's two items here. Councilmember Gordon also is giving notice of intent to introduce at the next meeting of the City Council the subject matter of an ordinance amending the code relating to health and sanitation, adding a new chapter, emergency shelters, adding provisions providing for the licensure and regulation of emergency shelters. So on those 2 items, the first is a motion by Councilmember Gordon. Any discussion on that? Councilmember Gordon.
Thank you, Madam President. I think technically number 2 is just giving notice, so
Yes.
we can vote on introduction, but we need to vote on number 1
Yes.
of that 2-part.
Okay.
Thank you.
On item 1 then, under Councilmember Gordon's motion. Any discussion? Councilmember Gordon, do you wish to speak? No. All in approval say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries. Next is the notice of intent, and that notice is given. Next, we have an after-hours permits ordinance. Councilmember Andrew Johnson gives notice of intent to introduce at the next regular meeting of the City Council the subject matter of an ordinance amending the code relating to air pollution and environmental protection, construction activities, amending provisions related to after-work hours permits. That notice is given. Councilmember Glidden and myself give notice of intent to introduce at the next regular meeting of the City Council the subject matter of an ordinance amending the code relating to contracts by adding prevailing wage requirements to certain city contracts for public improvements. That notice is given. And Councilmember Yang and Councilmember Glidden give notice of intent to introduce at the next regular meeting of the City Council the subject matter of an ordinance amending the code relating to streets and sidewalks in general, repealing Section 427 entitled Congregating on Streets or Sidewalks. That notice is given. And we have the addition of the restructuring of the annual pollution control billing fees ordinance. Councilmember Fry and Councilmember Gordon give notice of intent to introduce at the next meeting of the City Council the subject matter of an ordinance amending the code relating to, amending the code restructuring the annual pollution control billing fees. That notice is given. Any announcements? No announcements. All right. A motion to adjourn then would be in order for the purpose of discussing a security briefing relating to security at City Hall.
So moved.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all in approval say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries. We are adjourned. Thank you.